I'm Jan from The Upcoming. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
So we meet today at the BFI Flair Film Festival. And how important is it for you to be there and have your film screened at the festival?
Yeah, I mean, it feels so huge to be able to premiere and have our international premiere of Backspot at the festival. I'm an Indigenous person from North America, and I think that I might be one of the first Native folks to have a film here as a producer and as an actor. And so it just means so much, not only for us and our Backspot team, which is a queer cheerleader feature, but also for me personally to kind of come to this different territory and be able to represent my community and where I come from and my Indigenous queerness.
So the film is based on a short film. Tell me, how did you find yourself invested in this short, and what's the story behind your participation?
Yeah, I think we had the idea for the feature film before we ever had the short film, and it was more of like a proof of concept to be able to get people on board of how badass cheerleading is and to see what an incredible sport it is that isn't taken seriously. And so when we've been developing it for the past 6 years with our writer Joanne Sarazin, and we like ended up filming it last year. We premiered at TIFF, now we're here. So it's just been like such a whirlwind of being able to do that. But going from short to feature was really able to help get people on the same page of like what this sport is. And people have an idea that like cheerleading is pom-poms and like rah 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 high school, but it's a competitive sport and is one that's growing so quickly in North America and also globally.
Have you ever been connected somehow to cheerleading?
I wasn't a cheerleader growing up, but I was a competitive gymnast, and there's a lot of overlap between the sports. I was invited when I was younger to be on a cheer team, and I wasn't able to make that happen until now. But yeah, like cheerleading it's hugely competitive. I had to learn so much of backspotting, which is a position, usually when you think of cheerleaders, you think of like the woman being thrown in the air with her pom-poms and with the bow. But really, like the backspot is the foundation of the pyramid and is the person who's catching the people who are falling. And so I had to learn that, and I did all of my own stunts except for one in the film. But it was awesome to be able to implement my athletic background into this role.
So through your film, did you try to demystify this kind of a stereotype about a female cheerleader in the cinema?
Yeah, I think that it's an underestimated sport. I think people don't take cheerleading as seriously as they should, and they need to put some respect on cheerleaders' names.
How did you do your research towards your character?
So we were working with Cheer Fusion All Stars, which was the only Black-owned cheer squad in all of Canada, and we worked with them for over 5 years, making sure that we got all of the cheer right. We got to be immersed in that world, which is like a really chaotic and interesting world. But yeah, I trained with them. I went to different cheer meets and really just coming at it from the approach of like, this is an athlete, and DW shot it really incredibly. They wanted to treat it like a man might shoot a football movie. We wanted it to be taken seriously and not for it to be shown as this like frivolous sport, because it's not.
And how do you recall working with DW?
DW is honestly one of the best directors that I've ever worked with. They consider acting sacred, and I've never had such a consensual relationship when it comes to like coming onto set and being able to have that safety and that space to bring my ideas and bring what I'd like to. We have a couple of projects together. We have a production company together, so we're going to be working together for a while. But yeah, they love actors, and it's just been an honor to be able to finally get to work together on screen.
A really important factor is music in your film, and I was thinking, when you've been doing your research towards your character, did you think about the soundtrack of your figure?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm as much of a I don't know if I'm as musically driven as somebody like DW might be. But for me, when preparing, it was really about like the physicality of it, of making sure that like Riley was somebody who exerted things physically, whether it was cheer or whether it was her hair pulling anxiety disorder that we explore through the film. But yeah, I think for me, it was more about getting physically into it. And then when it came to the music side of things, DW is a music producer. They're a DJ, a drummer, and so like music was very much part of the world, and we knew which specific songs, I won't give any spoilers, that we wanted to aim for from the time we were writing the script.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, thank you so much.